Welcome to my course, C# Object-Oriented Programming Fundamentals. Learn the skills you need to become proficient at C# Object-Oriented Programming. So why should you take my course? I've been a professional developer and top-rated trainer since 1986. I'm going to show you real-world concepts, not just language syntax. I'm going to help you break down those complex subjects into easy-to-understand steps. I'm also going to be giving you sample code, hands-on labs, and links to other technical references and answers to any questions you may have on my course material. So please take some time and subscribe to my channel, Paul D. Sheriff. My name is Paul Sheriff, and I have a passion for teaching. I've been training developers for over 35 years. I've written 14 books, hundreds of video training courses, articles, blog posts, and I speak at many conferences and user groups around the country. I'm also a mentor for high school and college students. I've run a software consulting business for over 30 years. My contact information is here if you need anything. This course applies to all versions of .NET, so all versions of C# are supported in this course. I have many full-length courses on my YouTube channel. C# Fundamentals, Object-Oriented Programming, Minimal Web API Development, Web API Development using MVC, Start and Run a Successful Business, and lots more coming. Please subscribe to my channel, Paul D. Sheriff. So why OOP? Well, C# and .NET rely heavily on classes, so you need to use them in your applications. What you'll find is that it does reduce the amount of code that you need to write. It will absolutely help you with reusability and testing your code. Who should take this course? Well, all C# developers, all tech leads of C# developers, any manager who wants to understand more about what their C# developers are doing or making sure they're doing things correctly, and any QA person working with C#. The objectives of this course are to become proficient with object-oriented programming principles. You're going to learn to create properties and methods. You're going to use inheritance effectively. You're going to learn to limit the scope of variables and methods. You'll use generics so that you can write less code, and you're going to create class libraries for reusability. What are the skills you'll need prior to taking this course? Basically, all you need is just a good knowledge of the C# language. Hopefully you're familiar with Visual Studio or VS Code, and that way you'll have enough to get started with object-oriented programming in C#. What are the tools you're going to need to follow along with this course, which I highly recommend you do follow along? You're going to need Visual Studio 2022 Community Edition or later. You can download that at this URL. Or you'll need Visual Studio Code and .NET 6 or higher. Now I'm going to be using Visual Studio 2022 Community Edition in this course. So let's take a look at the course outline. What are we going to cover? We're going to go through an introduction to object-oriented programming. We're going to talk about using properties to hold data in your classes. Talk about manipulating property data using methods. We'll talk about how inheritance makes it easy to reuse code and control the visibility and lifetime of data. We'll also take a look at raising and consuming events, how generics eliminate code bloat. Generic collections provide great features for working with collections of data. And we're going to finish up by creating your own class library. I highly recommend that you take the time to do the labs. These are step-by-step instructions to solidify your understanding of the topics taught in this course. Labs and sample code are available at pdsa.com/YouTube. And while you're at it, please subscribe to my channel. Let's start learning object-oriented programming.